Hmm. Okay, so I've got to make these corner brackets. So I'm using this rectangular box I made earlier, which I'm gonna do the. I've got the chat open on the phone, so I can see chat on the phone. So what I've got to do is make this box rectangular to begin with. Actually, the balls are 20 millimeters, so 20 millimeters minimum. So I'm going to just calculate the size of the square, which I'm going to use to make a right sort of corner bracket. So, and then I'm going to be using some ferrite, hang on a minute, rings as a coupler. Hang on a minute. I don't want the my back's playing up again today again. I don't want the ends of the rods coming into contact with a round ball, round surface, because that creates a whole bunch of problems. So I'm going to use a ferrite ring to basically push up against the ball bearing, which will help to give me a flat surface where I can intersect with the steel. Right, the thickness of that is 8 millimeters. Stupid thing. Get out of the way. I'm trying to move stuff around here. So I want, well, 20 plus 8 is 28, so plus 8, 28 millimeters. I need a wall thickness of, let's see, call it 4 plus 4, that's 2 walls, so that's 2 millimeters each wall thickness. So that's 32. So this box needs to be 32 by 32. Let's see. So I'm gonna go up to 32. Oops, if I can get this right. Damn it, my mouse is jumpy. Right, that's 32 that way. That one's too big, so that one wants to come down. Right, so 32 by 32. And let's see. So if I've got a ring on there, that's the ring diameter is 21, we'll call it 21.83, but we're going to call it 22. I want a bit extra on there. So that wants to be actually half of 22, because this is half of it. So half of 22, that's 11, so that wants to come up to 11 millimeters. So that's what I've got there. I'll just zoom in case you can't see it. So I've got 11 millimeters that way. 32, 32. Right. Now I need to create a wall. So I was saying 2 millimeters, so I'm going to go in 2 millimeters. Oh yeah, that should work. Let's just carry on. I need another wall here, 2 millimeters. Right. I'm going to think about this carefully as I'm doing it, because I don't want to make any boo-boos. Right, next phase is to create a box inside a box. So I want to go across here to there. I'll push that in 9 millimeters. 9 millimeters. So I've got half a box there. Right. I was thinking about this last night, trying to work it out in my head, you know, how I was going to go about doing this, and after a while I ended up just couldn't get to sleep because I was spending too much time thinking about it. So I decided, well, I'm just going to forget it and just do it tomorrow. I'll just do what I'm doing now, because it's all easy when you to adapt your design as you're going through it. Right, so we're going to have half, let's see, if I have to make it slightly bigger or smaller I can do that, but we just need somewhere to start. Right, the ball is 20 millimeters, so that means I want to come in let's see, I'm going to come in at 11. Oh, hang on, because of the thickness of the... No, I forget the thickness of the wall. So I'm going to come in 11. That way as well, and the ball will be on the corner. I think that's right. Let's just try it and see. So that'll be 20. No, sorry, 10. And the ball will be 20. So that's where the ball would go in, right? It would sit between two. But I want to have that open-ended so it's springy, so I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So what I need to do is measure between there and there. That's 7mm, so let's see, I want better if I measure it from the other end. Well, it's 7 plus 2, so it's 9, so I need to come 9mm up here. 9. I need to cut that. I've messed up my measurements now. I'll have to get rid of those in a minute. Let me just erase those things because they're jumping all over the place. Right, so I need to bring that ball down on those. This is half, there'll be 2 halves to this, so I'll bring that wall down to the surface like that. And the ball will pop in between those 2. Let's just push this all the way through. Right. Just take that out. Right, so that's half. It'd be easy to print 2 halves and stick them together, you see. So basically I have to think about this as half of a bracket. I've got a lot of lines now, so I'm going to get rid of all these lines. Delete guides. Right. So the ferrite parts are going to be fiddly. They're going to be really fiddly. To get them just right, because I need to be cutting half a circle basically. Oh, actually I need to go back. I need to undo some deletions because I've just realised something. Go back. I'll leave that line there. Right, I'll just get rid of the guides again. I'll show you why. I need some slots in this for the ferrite. Let me just measure the distance here. Between there. That's 3mm. Oh, actually no, it's in the wrong side. ferrites are 8mm, and they'll be going down this way. So yeah, those other lines need to go. So that one, that one. So yeah, that's okay. So let's see. I want the centre. I actually need to make that circle a little bit rounder, but it'll be alright. It's alright. So I need let's see, that's 8, that's 9, so yeah. I'm not sure I've got this the right thickness. The ball's going to be 20mm. It's going to be sitting inside this, so it's going to be recessed slightly. Actually, that hole, I've just realised it's too big because the ball's just going to fall straight through it. Damn! I don't want the ball to... Yeah, I made the hole too big. Oops. Alright, so what? I'm going to close this hole up. I just realised what I've done wrong. I need to find the centre a minute, hang on. Yeah, the hole doesn't want to be the full diameter of the ball, otherwise it will fall out. So it can be a bit smaller, so it wants to be, let's call it, holy, my ruler's not working. I'll just cut another circle, just a minute. So it wants to be... yeah, about, we'll call it 5mm. Because that's 10mm diameter. That's half the size of the ball. Right, get rid of that line. Punch through. Right, so the ball will sit in that hole without falling all the way through. You have to push the ball in there and then intersect with the... Now this confuses me, this bit, because depending on how deep the ball sits will depend on the alignment. You know what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to print this out really, because I can't figure it out. It's very complicated because the ball's round and it's sitting in a round hole. It's going to be recessed slightly, so the ball itself will actually be offset from the centre axis, if you know what I mean. So the line, the actual middle of the ball, will be further down. And so what I'll have to do is I'll have to print one of these out and take some new measurements to work it out, because I can't figure it out in my head. It's just very complicated. Because I've got to line up the ferrite rings to lay on the ball, and to do that, to make the part where the ferrite rings are actually coming through here, actually get that in the right place. I could take a guess, I suppose, because whenever you're working with something round, it's always complicated. When you're working with straight lines, rectangulars and things, you've got straight lines to measure. It's round surfaces are very, very geometrically complex, and I get confused with math. I really do. So let me get rid of that measurement because I don't need that now. Right, okay. Well, the alignment between this for this is okay. So if I bring some lines down here, right, I've got some lines down to the bottom. That will be okay. It's just the distance between this wall here. Let me just the distance between that wall there and this halfway mark here is where I'm going to have problems. Right, so what I can at least put this in. The part I'm confused about is how where the centre is in this plane from the back to the front. What the centre point will be. Right. Oh, actually, I've just thought of something. I could make it adjustable. So the ferrite ring, when it sits in, it can be moved around. I could do that. So the ferrite ring, because it's round, would be, let's see if I can find the centre on this. Let's see what the centre is. 10mm, so it'd be 5mm right there. So that's the middle 5mm point. But I don't know where the centre going on this axis would be. I suspect because I've got that, because this wall needs to go a little bit further back anyway. Right, so my ferrite ring is half of 21.93. Well, half of 22. Well, I'll call it 10 because there's going to be some expansion on the print anyway. So this should be from there to there, should be about, well, it's 9, so that's not far off. I'll leave it at 9. I think what I might actually do is make some inserts that can slide around a bit. I can get rid of all those lines now. What the hell? I'll just delete guides. Delete guides. Right, so this bit here. What I'm going to do is copy that. I'm going to have a little I'm going to copy that piece. I'm going to make a hole. Alright, now I'm going to select all, make a group. Right, that's a group now. I'm going to paste that piece back in, paste. Oh! No, I want to paste in place. Right. I'm going to make an insert. I'm just going to extract this back out. Now I'm going to select all of that. Make group. So that's a separate piece now. So I'm just going to hide this. Hide that. Edit that. And I'm just going to shrink it a little bit to allow for expansion. 0.1. 0.1. 0.1. Right. Close that out. Let's bring the other piece back. Unhide. Right, now we have a little piece that comes out. It's got a gap of 0.1 millimeters on each side, even at the back. Oops. Right. So that piece can be stuck in separately. I can always make it bigger or smaller later on. I'm going to figure it out because the actual ferrite is going to be 20 millimeters. How big is that? That's going to be too small. Shit. Too small in that direction. It is. Damn it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is 9.8. Just a minute. 20 minus 9.8 is 10.2 divided by 2, 5.1. Right, alright, so hide that. Edit group. So I want to move that. Edit group. I want to move that 5.1 that way. Oh, that'll be alright. 5.1. 5.1. Bring my insert back. What guides in there? Three guides. Yeah. 5.1. Right, alright, I've sorted that out. So that's centered. Right, so this is half of that. So the ferrite ring will be facing. How deep will it be? It will be so this is fiddly, it really is. So in this section here, edit group, I actually need a tube, so because the steel laminations are going to be threaded through, so I just need a tube in here, half a tube. Let's just get the middle of this. So I need to be right on this tip here, and I need to I'll do that. Let's just cut this other bit off I don't want. I think this is going to work out. I can always make that hole smaller because it'll be a snug fit anyway. That's another thing I can do. So this is the insert, by the way. So when I 3D print the whole thing, I'm going to ignore the insert for now because it can be slid forwards and backwards. So I'm going to push that through. Oops, what have I done now? Start again. I must have got a double face on here. Erase. Nope, I didn't have. Alright, let's go through. Right. Why the hell? What's happening here? Oh, I see. Undo. Let's have a double face on here. Erase. No? What the hell's going on here? Why I want that to come through? Huh, that's weird. I'll just delete that. Alright. Select all. Intersect faces. Model. Just make sure there's no holes. Right. That's where ferrite ring is going to go, but I also need a tube. Oh shit, I should have done the tube before I did the hole. Hang on a sec. Undo, undo, undo. Right, I'm going to close that out a minute. Because I need a tube. I want it a separate piece. The tube wants to be a little bit bigger. I'm going to go up to. I'm going to go up to there. I've gone through that wall now. Oops. Be alright. Let's see. Well, I'm going to have to. We'll have to make some adjustments, I think. Oh, actually, the tube can be the same diameter as the ferrite ring. Ah, right. So undo that. So really, I don't need to worry about that because all I have to do is edit that a minute. I'm going to go through again. So technically all I have to do really is lift this up. Well, that becomes the tube, half a tube, and yeah, silly me, do it. Right, so select all connected, intersect faces of the model, because there might be a break somewhere. Well, it definitely fixed somewhere because it would have said nothing found to fix if there was nothing to fix. So all I have to do with this insert piece is lift this up, lift that up to the height to meet the ball bearing, which is sitting in between. So if I bring that up to there, bring that one up to there, that becomes a tube, and the ferrite ring is sitting in half this section. But yeah, let's see, let's just take some more measurements here. Yeah, it'd be a lot easier if I actually had that ball more in the centre. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this hole smaller because that's a 2mm wall. So if I edit the group, just make that hole a bit smaller. Oops, what have we done? Oh, edit group. Right, I was in two groups for some reason. I want this hole to be a bit smaller. Let's go, let's find the centre. Let's go to let's have a 6mm is too small. 3.5. That's 7mm. Alright, I'm going to go with that. So the ball will sit right in the middle of there. And this thing here also needs to be on this side as well. So, actually I'm going to leave a face on here because I'll show you why in a minute. I want to pivot around the axis of the ball, so I'm going to leave a face on there. I'll show you why, because I'm going to come out of that. And 2.9 that way. 2.9 and the other side is 8.9. I think I've got that right. Right, I'm going to copy that . $90. There we go. Got it. So that's my right angled intersection with the ball bearing, which will be in the middle. Now I can get rid of that. I can unblock the hole again, so there's that. Delete the guide. Right. Yeah, I'll have to print one out to test it, and actually I need two of them, to be honest, because you can't do it properly with just one, because it's half of the holder. But yeah, I could print one and fit things in and take some measurements, so that's probably what I'll do. So I think that's going to work for half the corner, so I'll show it on me. So if I get that, I'm going to group these all together, make group, so everything is a group. Now what's the measurement between there and there exactly? Is 11 millimeters, so I need to get in that corner, press the plus key, type in 11. Now I want to flip that on, is it the green axis? Flip along green. Yeah, that's right. There we go. That's the corner. Right, so that's a corner. I might have to make a slight adjustments to this, but because I've got this in two halves, if there's some issues with fitting, there's no problem because it's split, which means I can always put some packing in between them, space them out a bit more, or file them down a bit if I need to compress them a bit more to make it tighter. So yeah, but that's the idea. The ball will be sitting in this section in the middle. I'll get rid of them guides now, delete guides. Right. Yeah, the only way to test that is to print one out. I'm going to have to do that. And this separate piece is the good thing about having a separate piece is it means that if there's some adjustment problems, I won't have to scrap my whole bracket, because I can just print a new insert, a separate insert part, which is why I wanted to do it like this, so I could it would have a little bit of lateral movement side to side. I think that's going to work. Let's just save it. And the good thing about that as well is if I decide that the ball bearing has got too many losses, if the ball bearing, the mouse ball bearing, the steel ball bearing that goes in between these two holes each side, if it turns out that I'm getting too many losses on it, the steel laminations are going to be coming in this side to this ball bearing to meet up with it. They're also going to be coming up this way to meet up with the ball bearing. So I technically could stick a rectangular piece of steel in between them and to intersect the two steel lamination sets. So there's other ways of intersecting the two parts if I need to do that. I just needed a way of holding everything together, which is what this is. I'm going to make, what I should have done is make this a component actually. I'm going to do that now. I'm going to erase that actually. I'll tell you why. Erase because I need to make this into a component. Edit group. Why is this two groups? I'm just going to, hang on a minute, close group. Right, I'm just going to explode that group because there's two groups there. Edit group. Right, close group. Make component. Now I'll select that one. Make component. Select that one. Make component. Because when I change this, it will change the other one. Now I'm going to recopy that one. The whole thing is all linked again. I want to go 11mm. Flip on green. Right, so now when I edit that group, edit component, now if I paint that one, go with that colour, select all, paint, it painted the other one as well, so, right, except for these other pieces that are different groups, so I need to edit group, edit component. Actually, I'm not going to paint them, I'm going to leave them. So there we go, we've got a corner bracket. So I want to edit group. Right, I want to export that. What do we call it? Yeah, because left hand and right hand, so I'm going to have to create this like corner dash rack and I'll call it L. That's the left hand side. These are identical, so I have to copy these, so export that one. As corner bracket, we'll call it I call it a collet or something, because it is technically like a collet. Collet. I'm trying to keep the name short because my 3D printer doesn't recognise long file names very well. It tends to abbreviate them with a load of dashes or something like that. Anyway, so I'm going to do the right one as well. So. Edit group, export STL, export as I'll select that, then put an R there because it's the right side. R. Right, because it's a mirror image of the other one, so it has to be. Right, I only need to really print one of these for now, but the wall thickness of these is about 2mm, so I would say that's going to take probably 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half to print that. We'll find out in a minute. And those are obviously going to go between this end coil bobbin and this one. Now the only other issue is it going to fit? So I need to find out. So I'm going to copy them. Let me just close this out a minute. Did I group this? Hang on. I need to group both of these now. Group. Let's move. Let's make a copy of that. Oops. Oops. I'll line it up. Oh yeah, it's going to work. Just need to get a bit of fine tuning, get it lined up a bit better than this. Oops. Wrong way. Yeah, there's no point in printing it yet until I'm sure I've got this right. But yeah, my actual bobbins down here, they need to be moved out slightly anyway because they're not in the right place. These green bobbins are in the wrong place anyway. So You can tell that because of the wires that go through them actually. So if I cut it out, edit group, paste in place, select these bobbins, let's get these lined up right because they're in the wrong place. Oops, that's about right. How about there? It's coming down a bit. Yeah, now all I have to do is just copy that one. Oh look, we've got a ball on this side, we can actually look at it. I'll have to flip that around as well. That wants to be flipped. Flip along red. Yeah. Move it back a bit. And the ball's in the wrong place. Move the ball. Oops, wrong one. I want the ball. What the hell? I want the ball. Oh, edit group. I want the ball. Oh, the ball's not in the group, that's why. Ah, that is. Right, now move the ball. Move it up a bit. Oops, it's snapping a bit. I don't want you snapping on me. I'll take 0.5. That's better. It's still not right. Too low. Bring it up a bit. Oh, I just realised something. I can use the virtual ball to check measurements and alignment. Duh. Yeah. So I don't even have to print. I can test it because this ball is the right size, I believe. Yeah, I think it's a 20mm ball. Let me just measure that. Well, it must be. Otherwise, it won't be fitting, would it? No need to measure it because if it's not fitting, it wouldn't be the right size. So, yeah. So the ball does sit just right in that little hole. And this little hole on the other side, it sits in there, so it's got to be right. Now I need to move the bobbin because that's wrong on this side. Edit group. I'll look down on it. Oops, don't jump on me like that. Oh, did I flip that right? Oh yeah, I did. That's right. Let's look at it underneath. It's near enough. And now what I need to do is get rid of that ball, because I'm going to group them. I'm just going to erase that other ball, because what I'm going to do is copy that ball, actually let's make it a component. Did I make the... oh shit, hang on. Yeah I did, edit component. Yeah I did make it a component, right. Now let's, because I want to colour them in later, they'll all get coloured at the same time. I need to move, let's copy that one. Right. I'm going to cut that. Edit group. Edit group. Paste it in place. Close out. Cut, edit, edit, paste in place, right, now edit, I've got that one, make group. What am I doing? Make group. Now I'm going to copy the whole lot. Flip along blue. That's right. Move up. Oops, my mouse is getting stuck on something. That looks like it's in the middle. Right, starting to take shape, isn't it? Obviously I've got these bobbins with a gap, and there's a reason why I left a big gap there, and that is because I might actually be using 3 bobbins on each side instead of 2, I don't know yet, but I want a bit of extra room. Ah, it's taking shape. Save. Okay. I haven't put the ferrites in, but because I've made components, I can put one ferrite in one of these and it'll appear in all of them. So, if you remember, that's a copy, and this over here is the original. So if I go and edit that one, and if I edit that group, edit that component, they're all edited. Look over here, look, and this over here when I highlight something. So if I like all connected, all highlighted. So when I actually stick a ferrite core in these two holes on this one, they'll magically appear on all four of those, so I don't have to duplicate and spend all my time with extra work. But I'm not going to put the ferrite core in just yet because I'm going to 3D print it, because I might have to make changes to it, you see. And if I change one, they'll all change. Right, so there's nothing else to do right now except do a 3D print of one, and I might actually print all of it, I mean one whole corner bracket, because I mean I need to do a physical alignment test, but we're making progress anyway. I think I'll just end the stream right now because nobody seems to be watching right now. It's probably a bit early in the United States. Actually, what time is it over there? It's probably, it looks like it's, don't know what time. It's an hour before dinner time. It's 11 o'clock PM or AM in the US, so not many people in America will be awake watching right now. Anyway, my back is playing up again. So I'm going to go, because you don't want to watch me 3D print something. It'll probably take an hour or two. And I'll probably go live later today or tomorrow. I'll see how we go. So bye for now. I'll have to put that thing back on. Yeah.